This is Scott the Fix-It Guy. Our goal with our videos is to empower you to be able to do the repairs on your own and save a whole lot of money and also get that great feeling of having fixed it by yourself.
Today we have a Whirlpool dryer. This is I think a Series 80. It's a really good dryer, but it's not spinning the clothes, so it's probably the belt has slipped off or the belt has broken. If we go to time program, we start it. You can hear the motor, but you don't hear the drum spinning. If you open it, you hear the motor dying down, but there's no spin. If you spin it by hand, it spins very easily, so that means the belt's no longer connected. It may have slipped off of the motor pulley and the idler wheel, or it might have broken. So we're going to go over how to fix that today. Pretty easy. To get this repair going, we just unplug it and we're going to lift up. This is where the filter is. There's two Phillips head screws that we remove here, and then we could pretty easily get the top panel off. It's pretty cool. It just hinges up. There's a couple of clips on the front that hold it back, so if you use like a standard head screwdriver or a paint scraper, you should be able to activate those clips. Sometimes you can just lift it up, or you can grab it and pull it towards you a little bit and then lift it up. But it's these clips here, one here, actually that one's missing. But the idea is that when you push in with the paint scraper or the standard head screwdriver, it pushes in and that lets go up there so you can hinge it up. Separate this modular connector here, and I usually like to use like a standard head screwdriver. This is just a small one. You kind of pry this out, they'll separate, and then you got to remove a screw here and a screw here, and then you can take the front panel off pretty easily. And then it's easy to do the belt. Here is the belt. Now in this case we can see the belt is still still solid. Looks like it's still in pretty good shape. So this one has just slipped off of the motor pulley. But if you could just lift up, that means the belt broke and you definitely need a new belt. So the next thing is just to remove these two screws. That's very easy to do. We're going to use a 5/16 to zip this one out. There's one, and there's this one. All right, this dryer is about 24 years old, still doing pretty good. We're going to lift this now up to get it off of two clips that are down at the bottom. Came up, and now we can put the belt back on pretty easily. Maybe we'll clean up some of that lint while we're here too. There we go. So the idler wheel is here and it had slipped off. So let me clean up some of this lint and we'll go over how to put this on. Now to clean up the lint, we're just going to lift up on the tumbler, kind of get that out of the way, and that's going to give us a lot better access to where all the lint has accumulated. For removing all the lint, I like to use a paintbrush, works good. You can see a little bit of burning, which is common. And the main area we want to get is away from the burner and away from the motor. Sure adds up. There's no food in there, cat. You always find coins. The thing about this lint is it's little pieces of cotton and polyester with oxygen, so it's the perfect type of combustible material. And then you get a big flame in here, and that's why it catches on fire. So we are going to get this put back together now. It's super clean. No more lint, no more fire danger. So we're using the belt to help get it to go over the rear bearing. And we want the belt to kind of sit where the mark was from the old belt. And then we'll just turn it a few times. We'll make sure that this seal is nice and flat against the rear bearing. It's not like crimped in anywhere, because that helps to keep a good seal, keep the hot gases inside. Pretty good. Okay, so the next thing we'll do is get the belt attached down lower. So much cleaner in there. And we're going to get the belt to go over the either wheel. Either wheel is going to sit down inside this little ridge. Get to go over the either wheel, and then we're going to bring the either wheel to your right so you can get up over the motor pulley. Now it's over the motor pulley. And then kind of supporting it because the front bearing isn't there to hold up the front. So I'm going to hold it up and just slowly turn it. Make sure that it's not going to slip off. Looks good. Thing is, you put the front panel on, and the front panel has little holes that are going to sit on this clip and this clip. So we have to kind of lift it up and then push it in so it can sit down on that. And also this part, this plastic front bearing, is going to sit down on this piece of felt right here on the front panel. Let's get rid of this. Get rid of this lint while we're here too. There we go. So I'm going to kind of push this against my leg so I can support it. I'm going to get this against the bearing, lift up, and see if we can catch the bottom clips. Alright, that one caught. Let's try this side. That one caught. Alright, that's good. So we're going to add these screws back in. Adding those 5/16 screws back in, tighten those up, and we're going to reconnect this modular connector. Get that tight. Those Phillips head screws for the filter, and then we'll just plug it in and make sure it's going to tumble fine. There we go. Sounds like it's turning. Yep, back to normal. So why the belt slips off? It could be in this model that it's just such a very heavy wet load, tilts the tumbler slightly and makes it slip off. Could also be the belt's just wearing out and getting overly stretched.
Thanks so much for watching our video, and please subscribe to our channel when you get a chance and give us a thumbs up. If you can subscribe, we can send you more videos on how to repair your home appliances. Thanks again for watching.